We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice, but very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Blue 30.
On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kenneth Dixon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together. Hey, I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd and 1, Jackson. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left.
I see you.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people.
There you go. I see you.
Still accurate.
Got a man, it's caught.
I see you.
For a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team. 7 here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Here we go, 180. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, that was dangerous.
That was dangerous.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Can't be doing that, baby.
Here's Roethlisberger. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. 15 yards on the play, first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. On 1st and 10 is Connor. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning. And off he goes.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Wish I had Mark Andrews. I wish I had. Shit.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it'll be second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Take off.
Take off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
That blitz off.
Throwing again. Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 41 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. To throw again is Jackson. And that
Man, if you don't catch this some shit I be talking about, bro.
Quarter number 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Hate when motherfuckers can't catch, dog. That's all you right there, bro. That's all you.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson now, throwing again, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Oh.
Miles Boykin with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
He missed it.
And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium. Well, the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break up the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Williams.
Oh, he's some slow-ass defense, bro.
He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined.
Damn, do I need to blitz everything? Shit.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
right now. 180. Mike 40, Mike 40. I got you. I got you.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. He'll get it up the middle. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Come on,
They'll look to run with Connor. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big
he's playing
if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
What we doing, man? I feel like he been
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with Dixon. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson, Dixon, complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 3rd and short, it's Dixon. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
goofy ass boy. He might whoop my ass for real, low key.
Let's go now. Let's go, P. It's gonna be a long day.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Now a handoff for Dixon. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Go up! And I said,
they'll throw on first down with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 yards there. First down.
Good route. Good pickup for first down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover. The angle route. Because a running back getting out of the backfield.
I fucked up. Fucked up. Why the fuck did he?
Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys have got it
take
back
this
in
shit
the
no more,
closing
dog.
stages of the first
I'm for real,
half.
not take this shit no more. I can't. Like, why the fuck he stayed there for like 3-4
13
seconds?
seconds, the time remaining in the half
Goddamn,
as they
run,
come up on
big
first
head.
down. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald.
God,
They're
bro.
going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go. Do it.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On second and 12, Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with him for that long.
Yeah, better
against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On second down, it's Connor, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
His head plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Dixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. first down. It's Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw again. And he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Hayden Hurst, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, it's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return here at the 30-yard line. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. The Patriots, they've widened their lead even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They begin the drive with Williams. Oh, some strong weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Let's go now. Go to base. Double dog. That's the way.
Now Jackson on first down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him on to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sean Davis with a pick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running. And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, also he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Flushed out, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Connor, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Mike, hard now. 230.
Crunch time, defense.
Again, a run with Connor. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
180. Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
On third down, Roethlisberger. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. The 20. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ryan Switzer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. On the toss play, this is Dixon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. On the give, this is Dixon. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I saw those lateral type runs, but the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On third down, it's Connor. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line.